Go. Hello guys, welcome to another video. Today we'll be showing about Roman fortresses.
And yeah, so Roman fortresses would be along Hadrian's Wall, and they would have to be extremely imposing so that you could defend them. And if you couldn't, then you would basically be murdered by barbarians. The entire Roman Empire relied on their borders being good. And so most Roman fortresses called castras, castrae, I think, because it's feminine, and you would have a drawbridge, and unfortunately, our Minecraft was limited with pistons, and so redstone is possible, but not the best. So when you walked in, you would see a sparring ring. Once we get in here, fight me like a man. Bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on. You like what I'm doing with my sword?
Yeah, it's going through your head.
I'll do it here. And so sometimes you would get casualties and people would bleed. There would be very few deaths, but sometimes there would be people dying. And then you would have the small stables or just fences holding giant horses made out of wood. And get to the front of me. I'm riding into battle, Marshall. Oh wait, I'm not riding out of my house. Bum 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 bum. Okay, so yeah, they would have food to eat, and then you would see the blacksmith. And come in here and give me 1 second. And so in the blacksmith, they would throw their metal into the extremely hot substance, and it generally would actually fall into the lava instead of just surfing out and like popping around. That's better. And so then you would take your metal and you would hammer it with the hammer. And give me 1 second.
When you have to stick your, when you have to put it on a stick and then put it in the fire?
No, you wouldn't. Okay. Put the stick would light on fire. The Romans figured that out. And then you hammer it, and then magically a sword. No. But, that is basically smithing in a nutshell. And then, as you can see, it's turning dark, and so the Romans, they would have to be at the fortresses constantly, otherwise they would be vulnerable to barbarians attacking and just destroying their Hadrian's Wall. So they would have to have food and crops. And so potatoes are a very delicious and nutritious part of no, they're not. But the wheat would actually be extremely important to Romans, and because they had lots and lots of bread, and somebody just jumped on my carrots, Marshall. Gee, I wonder who it could be. And he gave me my carrots back. And so, stop it. And as you can see, the armories would be an extremely important part. So the Romans would usually have armor on, but when they didn't, and they were sabotaged, or they were ambushed, then they would have their armory. And generally, Romans would just wear just bronze or iron armor, and unfortunately, they have no shields in Minecraft or anything like that. And get that bow out of your hand. Unless you're an auxiliary, get that bow out of your hand. And so they would go with the sword and shield, which is, in our case, going to be a door, and I will destroy you. Get that with your hands. And so, as you can see, they would be very wait, is that, can you, oh my god, I can't see my character. Wait, so, so they would be protected by their shields and behind their, and they would attack with their sword like this, and then, no, I don't want to get out of there. And so, it was extremely effective until other things like, until other strategies became a little more, guess. I don't know. And they would also have training dummies and the auxiliaries, I guess, would practice with their bows on shooting the boo out of everything. And as you can see, some people are worse than others. Some people suck. And if you can see the arrows in the pumpkin's head, that's good. And if you can't, then Marshall needs to put up his render distance.
No, I have my render distance all the way up.
Okay, good. So, the defense of the actual Castra is pretty good. And if you would get down there and be our invading barbarian army, please, Marshall. The first thing that would happen would be the gates closing almost instantly, and then they would pour boiling pitch on you. And this pitch, unfortunately, is lava for us, because in Minecraft we were not blessed with tar, and so yeah, it would just be burning the heck out of everything. And then, yeah, and I just ruined Trey's spot. Yeah, unfortunately Trey could not be here with us today, because he had a prior occupation for his chess club, and, he was, trying to do that, and, did I mention the sparring ring, Marshall?
The sword?
Sparring ring.
Yeah, you already did.
So as you can see, our barbarians are flying around and invading, and this shouldn't be happening. Please get back out there. These doors should be closed, so Marshall, get out. So yeah, and then you would have archers, which would usually be auxiliaries, coming out to shoot at the barbarians, and if they got shot, generally they would die, I guess. Because
Actually, they would bleed. They would bleed, and there's a possible chance that the medics will heal them.
Oh, that's nice. Well, so what happens there is that you basically get shot, and then if they somehow manage to survive all the archers, then the Roman soldiers inside the fort would come out and charge in their mighty glory and attack with their amazing strategies and destroy any invaders. And Romans held out for an extremely long amount of time, and they were the largest ancient empire to ever be created, and if the Wither would take an arrow to the face for once, then that would be a lot better, but, some Withers just don't be that way. So, they very rarely had peace treaties, but when they did, Merry Christmas, Marshall. Yes. Accept it. Yes, he accepted. No, yay. So, yeah, he dropped his gold, and there would be, the forts were extremely effective, and these were the larger forts on Hadrian's Wall. The smaller forts would generally just be maybe a watchtower and a small farm, kind of just like this, and then the farm over there, and maybe a few, more than likely they would also have a few, what are they called, beds to sleep in, and we didn't, so that was kind of shame on us for that. But, so that is pretty much all of the details of Castra in Rome, Hadrian's Wall, and thank you for watching, and goodbye. Turn off the video.